Good morning, y'all. Magnum West here, and it's pretty early, but I woke up wanting to talk about some action figures, and I wanted to get it in as soon as possible because sometimes I be forgetting what I want to talk about. But today we're going to be taking a look at some new releases, some things to come, some reissues, and so on and so forth. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, if you're one of the people who was unfortunate enough to miss out on the 3 pack, I'm not too sure. I would email um, Bombasby directly and ask them like, well, what's going on? Like, if this is actually a pre-order for the reissue, or if it's just like a glitch in the system. Because from my personal experience, when I pre-ordered these guys, um, the estimated arrival date was this same date, and they came out in June. So I don't know if they're like coming out in waves or if they're doing like a back order, or I don't really know the situation. But if you go on Bombasby right now and you look them up, you could pre-order the set of three. Let me see. It doesn't look like the individual version has been updated, so your best bet is going to be to get all three. To be completely honest, most people I've seen that only got the individual wish they got the third. I swear to God, I have nothing to do with Sexy Ice or Bombasby, but I would recommend the set of three because worst case scenario, you're gonna be able to sell off the other two like hotcakes. So I wouldn't really be worried about that. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. But yeah, definitely, if you're out there, I would put this in and then send them an email and be like, "Oh, what's going on with this? Is this a back order, or is this like a restock that's coming soon?" Like, I would ask about it. That's what I would do. But as far as the Unkvow Eliminator, the ones I just reviewed, which if you haven't checked it out, it's my previous video. I would recommend looking at it if you are on the fence about these guys. But anyway, let's move on to actually new developments. And guys, I kind of said this with the other ones, and I feel like I said, I don't know if it's people slept on it or it just kind of went under the radar because it's a more unknown developer, or I wouldn't say developer, but the producer, whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling you guys that if this is half as good as the Unkvow Eliminator, this is gonna be like an amazingly like I don't even know what to call it. It's just gonna be revolutionary in every sense of the word. Sorry about that. It's like it started jittering a little bit, but it's fixed now. But anyways, I was saying this is gonna be. If you watch my review, you know how I felt about those, and I think that this looks amazing. I think what Sexy Ice is doing as far as like innovation and just it's such a unique thing. Like, I don't even know what the hell this is. Like, it looks like some kind of mantis, and I know it's like a like evolution, like artificial evolution, which leads me to believe that it's some kind of like Akira type like creature thing that was like, some man-made horror beyond our comprehension, which looks amazing. Like this picture just, oh my god, that looks so sick. And then I think it's like a techno organic arm. Looks like he just shot something. So it looks amazing. It looks amazing, and I would say that if you're even marginally on the fence about this, I would do it because worst case scenario, especially if you order on Bombasby, they don't collect the deposit without letting you know. Like, it's basically like if you guys have ever ordered off of like Hobbylink Japan, Hobby Genki, a couple other online retailers, Big Bad Toy Store, they basically, or unlike Big Bad Toy Store, they send it to your like warehouse. So basically, once they get in the figure, they set your order aside, and they give you, I think it's 15 days, 10 days from when the order gets there to decide if you want to go through with the purchase or not. And from what it looks like this guy's going to be $120, which, to be completely honest, it looks like it's going to be pretty big. I wish they would have included like a size comparison here with the eliminators, because if he's even like 2-3 inches bigger than the eliminators, that's pretty good because the eliminators are pretty tall. They're like very 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 marginally smaller than Cable from Reveltech, which he's a pretty big figure, so that would have been a good size comparison. But either way, I think you guys should definitely check this out. At least put a pre-order in if you're on the fence, and then you can make your decision later on. And it looks like this guy's gonna have a little bit more color than the Eliminators. Um, Looks like he has like some kind of orange in between the muscle fibers and stuff. But wow, this picture also, man, it just looks incredible. Like I've already messaged Sexy Eyes and they actually responded to me on Instagram and they know how I feel. Please keep doing great work and just continue. This is amazing. But moving on, kind of going in reverse order as I feel like I covered some of these other things already. But the newest Marvel Legends revealed. These, to be honest, like I personally don't really care. It isn't. I recently broke my rule of not buying any MCU or movie figures with the Brave New World, but that's because I was pretty hyped and I actually really liked Winter or Captain America and Red Hulk's designs. But to be honest, really the only one that I would even debate buying from this set is the Thing, just because it's the Thing. You know what I mean? Like he looks pretty sick. He looks comic accurate enough that I think if you could do like a really easy kit bash and like maybe change the lower torso if that's even possible. But it looks like similar build in regards to like articulation. Like doesn't have butterfly joints. Um, he does have the upper abdominal swivel, which so does the other one. So it looks like a pretty solid, thing. Like you could probably do some painting to make it look more comic accurate. But moving on to the real good stuff was these two packs, which are clearly Marvel vs. Capcom inspired, but due to licensing, they can't really do that. And I would say, like, opposed to many, my probably the one that I'm most likely gonna end up buying if these come out at a fair price point is probably this two pack, just because I don't have, for one, I don't have a blue Venom, and then also my SH Figuarts Venom, although it's the best Venom I have in my collection, even if I do get this one, um, it's really not like a comic book Venom. And I already have ideas of how I can make this look more comic accurate and make it basically a unique Venom for my collection. And then this Captain America just looks freaking amazing, man. The body looks cool. I would say that I'm kind of disappointed that they have it. They didn't just make a new body mold, as I think like if they would have made like a 3.0, I was about to call him Vegeta, but this picture looks amazing. I think the sculpt looks amazing. And again, like for Marvel Legends, like this looks pretty good. So I think I'm gonna end up getting this one. Like my price ceiling is like 60, just because I know most of these are gonna be not only exclusive but also they're pretty solid. And to be honest, like these figures were pretty much $30 already, so I'd be willing to pay for that. The effects, I wish Venom would have came with that, but the two heads and stuff, like I'll pay $60 for these. But any more than that, to be honest, like I'm probably not. And unfortunately, that's probably not gonna be the case. So I might not even be getting these. The only other one that even piqued my interest in the slightest is the Wolverine one, but like the Sabretooth two pack, I got stuck with the Logan. I ended up selling off that Sabretooth. So I kind of don't want to, get stuck with the Silver Samurai just because I hate this design. I think this character looks dumb. Um, that it just looks stupid to me. So I don't like it at all. So I would really need to be able to get rid of this, Silver Samurai. And then the Wolverine, it looks really good, but I don't know if it looks that good to, potentially take the risk of buying, a $50, $60 two pack and then just hoping that someone buys this Silver Samurai. And chances are I'm not going to be able to get the full 30. People are probably going to be trying to get this for like less than 20. So I don't know. I'm probably going to pass on that. Really, the only one, like I said, I care about is the Captain America and the Venom. But anyways, these were pretty cool. I think like all the characters we got: Thanos, Psylocke, War Machine, Omega Red, Cap and Venom. the Wolverine and the Silver Samurai, and then it was this guy. I don't know his freaking name. And then the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut looks cool also, but I have a feeling he's gonna be more expensive than the like $60 Venom, and I'm not paying that. Like I'm sorry, I'm not paying that. When that's half the price of this, like the value is just not there for me. I'm not gonna do that. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. And then I know I had previously talked about this figure, like before, kind of in a previous video I did, but now I believe this guy has been set the 10th of July, so that's coming up pretty quick. I think he's $50 full price is what the pre-order was with shipping and everything. And again, similar to the Unk Val, when these figures come out and people see them, by that point, I wouldn't say it's too late. But like, if you don't get it within like 3 days of its release, after seeing it, it's too late because if anything, Dragon Ball goes up insanely. I mean, if you guys are pretty in tune with the, third party Dragon Ball figure community, you guys know that Broly pretty much like the week before it even dropped. And I know that's Broly and this is Vegeta. I don't know what the production numbers are for these either, but it didn't even freaking matter. There's a lot on Alley. There's a lot on 5K. There's like a couple of other websites that had the Broly pre-order, and even with the pre-orders and a short stock, and then a after stock with damaged boxes after that, the quantities were still super limited because you guys got to keep in mind that these third-party companies pretty much make it to order. They don't really have, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like they're liaison or something, but I would imagine that they don't have the kind of margins that a lot of big companies like Tamashi, Mayfix, and stuff have, that they can take that hit. So that's why these figures often skyrocket in the aftermarket because they're very short runs, and then also they're high demand. So high demand, low supply is going to lead to really high prices. So usually these figures at least triple or quadruple in price. So it's not FOMO, it's just statistics. And like I said, I've been collecting these for a while, so that's what I would say. I if $50, it doesn't really hurt that bad. But I mean, if you're kind of on the fence, you can wait and hopefully you can get it after. But these look amazing. These are the last like prototype shots that they sent out. I don't know if they sent out more, but I believe this was like a month and a half ago, so they're pretty close to closing production. This is the battle damage, and then this looks like it's the clean version, and both they look amazing. Like even just with this, it's not even complete yet, and it looks amazing. So I would definitely keep my eye on this, and if you're on the fence, I would do it. Um, but again, that's just kind of my 2 cents. And then kind of wrapping it up with one that I think a lot of people are aware of by now is Mess Toys, which is I believe is a branch of a branch quote unquote of CT Toys that make more custom like action figures. I don't know the level of custom to these. Like it might just be like repaints and that's kind of it. Which to be completely honest, like this one looks pretty much like a repaint of a render. It doesn't really look like a new figure. That again, like most of these are gonna come with like new head sculpts and some new parts, but for the most part, are just repaints. Whereas this one, this Venom that's here on screen, this looks impressive. This looks like it may be based on the All Might body. I'm not too sure, but it looks pretty new. The only reason I say that is because there's no it isn't or no, yeah, it does have a bicep cut. It's just kind of hard to tell, but if this comes out, this is like a absolute purchase. Like if they show these prototypes or pre because the pre-orders are pretty much on Alley, and a lot of times like it's bullshit. Like I pre-ordered the I think it's a Black Hole Toys Future Gohan, and it was like, oh, it's supposed to come out like in February, and there hasn't even been any prototypes shown for that thing. So I would be careful with pre-orders on AliExpress. I would wait for prototypes to come out, and then you use a reliable store that you purchase from frequently or has a lot of reviews on AliExpress before you go ahead and buy a pre-order. But if I see prototypes of these, I'll just straight up forget that Marvel Legends Venom even exists. So I'm definitely excited about this one. I can really give less of a crap about the rest of these. Maybe this one, but everything else is like, to be completely honest, I think his name's AR Studio. He covers these a lot, but he covered it pretty well. Like I'm tired of seeing these Spider-Man like clones and shit. Like, come on, give us something new. Thankfully, they are. As you can see, we're getting an Invincible custom. I personally don't really like it. I don't think Invincible looks that cool, but I know he's pretty popular, and I mean, I might even get it just because it's popular, and because it looks pretty cool. Like it looks like a fun action figure. Looks cool. I don't know what the accessories might be. I hope they include like some blood effects. That would be pretty sick. Like, spoiler alert, maybe like a stub that you can put on both arms when he's fighting Conquest. But like I said, this is good that we're getting unique figures. As you guys can tell, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for two. So two unique figures and then five Spider-Man clothes. Six. No, five. Five. I'm tripping. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like action figure news and some of the stuff I wanted to talk about. As always, let me know what you guys think. I know I probably didn't cover everything. I know McFarlane recently revealed some stuff, and a couple other studios revealed some stuff, but nothing that really personally caught my eye. But these are some of the things that I think people should keep their eye on, and you know, are going to be worthy purchases and also are worthy to be looked into. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Are you planning on pre-ordering or buying any of these? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching the video. Make sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as it helps me to continue bringing you guys these videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. You have a good day. Peace.